Yeah, sure. Get in there, Nate.
I'm sure it's like a company.
Everybody good? Joe, what do you think was accomplished in the Greenbrier?
I think we had a great ramp-up period. I think, guys started getting football shape a little bit. We installed our whole offense, whole defense pretty much. Got some competitive reps in there. Team came together, I think, a little bit more. You don't really have a choice. You're kind of just around the guys for 8 nights, and it was a good experience, though. I think it was a perfect amount of time. We got some good work in, and now we're back here and continue to training camp. Excited to be out in front of the fans.
So when you get back from being gone for whatever it was, 9 days, are you glad to be back? Do you miss it? Is it kind of get back to the old rhythm that you've had for so long?
Yeah, I have such a routine here. Driving in this morning, I was like, all right, this feels right. You know what I mean? I get my 25-minute drive in, and I'm like, all right, I'm focused. Get to eat breakfast, see the family too. That was big time coming back. See the family. So it's good to be back, but I do enjoy the trip out there for a little bit just to, get away from it, really focus on football for that, 8-9 days.
Joel, with all the uncertainty at tackle, for you, how valuable at least was it to get reps there with James for that duration down there?
Yeah, it's always good. You never know. I know Jed's coming back and Jack's coming back. They're working their way, back at a pace that they've set with the trainers and everything like that. But, football is a sport where guys, can be injured. So to have a chance to get those valuable reps with James, I feel like it's gonna pay off if it's week 1 or if it's week 10. Sometime we might need it, and to get those reps together is a big positive.
Now that you've gotten some time through the off-season program and here early in camp, is there a big philosophical difference between Bill and Andy as far as how, not only from a schematic standpoint, but just the coaching perspective?
I think scheme-wise, we have a lot of similar schemes. There's obviously little nuances to each one, but I think scheme-wise, we're pretty similar. Coaching-wise, they're definitely a little bit different people, so you're always going to have different ways they teach, different ways, they run the meeting room. But it's like my, 6th or 7th O-line coaches in the NFL. So I've had a little experience of everybody, and everybody brings their own flair. And I think the cool part is you can take things from Bill that he's taught you, use those, and then Coach Dickerson, you can take things from him and use those. So he's open to what works for each guy. We have different body types on this line, so what works for one guy might work for not work for another guy. And so we're kind of picking and choosing what we like and how we want it. But it's very similar schemes. Kevin's still running this thing. I know Dorsey's brought a lot in. Coach Dickerson's brought some in. Roy, our assistant O-line coach, has brought some in. So we have a good mix of stuff. So it should be fun.
It's the most extensive time that Hudson has had at left tackle since you've been here. What do you see?
Yeah, I think every year he's improved. I think the first couple of days I was talking to him a lot, and I looked and I'm like, gosh, this guy's not in his rookie year anymore. He knows what he's doing. He understands the playbook. He understands the scheme, and so his mental side has really taken big leaps going into his, as his career has progressed. And then physically, I think, he's always been athletic, and it's almost like taming that athleticism with him because he gets so explosive out of his stance. But it's finding that balance, and I think he's done a really good job the first. We haven't been in pads too often, but the times we have, I feel like there's been some really bright flashes.
Your 11th season, Joel, how easy does that make it to adjust to different tackles?
Oh, it helps a lot. You would love to just play next to a guy and no one else come in and you guys just get comfortable together. But, going into year 11 now, I've played with a lot of left tackles. So it's good to have a good mix. Like I said, I'm going to probably play next to James at some point this year. So it's good to get those reps. Hopefully we can get Jed back and get him rolling as well, too.
You're encouraged that Conklin will be back, and we haven't seen him yet. So why are you encouraged that he'll be on the field?
Well, I saw him working all offseason. He was here all summer, too, just putting in the time, putting in the effort. He got hurt week 1, and these knee injuries are, I know his wasn't hyped up as much as Nick's, but his was a serious knee injury as well. And so he's been fine to get back, and he's dealt with it before. And there's a process to those things. You know, you don't want to get reps on it that are unnecessary, but you want to make sure he's in good enough shape to play. And I know their plan is to bring him along kind of slowly. And so I'm encouraged that he'll be ready when he's ready.
How has that energy changed in front of the fans during training camp, and what are you most excited for them to see?
Yeah, it's great to have the fans. It brings a little extra. You know, sometimes practice gets a little mundane. You know, you're going at it every day, but to get the fans out here, to get some excitement, you know, you hear the oohs and ahs when there's big plays. It makes it a fun experience, you know, and it just changes it up a little bit. But I think the energy will be good. You know, I know the fans are excited to get out here.
Joe, I think Friday was the first day you didn't really practice, right? Did you feel like you needed a bunch of reps early in camp before a break, or was that just the way it worked out?
I think it's just the way it's worked out. I didn't really ask for much early. I think we had a great ramp up where you guys saw the first couple of days weren't maybe as extensive as some camps have been. So it was a good ramp up, and I think that's the goal too, is like you want to get in football shape. So you have to be out there to practice when you can, and it just worked out where they were like, let's get Joel 2 days off instead of just 1 day off. And so I got to chill a little bit on Friday.
Joel, how have you seen Zach kind of adjusting to NFL life in his first?
Yeah, I think he's done a great job with the playbook, which I know can be tough. You know, I think picking up the playbook, he's been really well, and I think you see it every day. He picks up something else. You know, I talked to him about you don't want to try and improve too much at once because it gets all blurred. You take 1 or 2 things every day and be like, all right, I can work on this, I can improve on this, and I think he's really trying to take those baby steps to improve. And he's also coming off an injury, so that all takes its time. But you can tell he's bought in. He understands the scheme, and I think the physicality will continue to come once we get the pads on and work a little bit more.
We saw a lot of work on those real quick screens at the Greenbrier. Are those going to take the place of handoffs?
I don't think they'll take the place of handoffs. I think they're another option though. Like anytime, you know, you have these receivers, you have these tight ends that you can get the ball in their hands. Let's find a way. You know, let's find a way. If we can get 4 or 5 yards on a quick screen, I think that helps a lot. But I think we're gonna have a good mix of runs, of RPOs, of quick screens, quick hitters. But it'll be a good mix. I don't think it'll take the place of it. Like it's still going to be a pass. But sometimes there's runs called, and it's you know, we don't know, and the ball's kicked out for a little wide receiver screen.
So do you think the benefits of Team Bonnie at the Greenbrier were there again this year? Did you feel that?
Yeah, I think it's a chance for us to truly, like, there's really nowhere to go besides your hotel room. So guys are downstairs afterwards playing cards, like talking, eating, having all those moments. You know, you're in the performance center over there, and you're just sitting there. You have an hour or 2 off, and it's like, all right, we can talk. Like, you don't have your family every night that you go back to, you know. So I think the benefit's huge, and we get to hear about people's stories. You know, Kev's been doing it since he's been here, but the 4-H's, you know, we've been doing that almost every night, and you hear guys' stories, and you hear where they're from and what it means to them to be here, and it makes it when you connect on those levels, it just makes it a little bit more personal. And I think when you are friends and you're brothers with your guys, people give it a little bit more effort. Sweet. Thanks, guys.
Hey guys, just a heads up, we have players about to surprise Bedford High School with helmets over there. If you want to get any video of it, I have information for y'all too if you need it.
react, to the last couple of days being able to get out there in the individual drills?
I've been feeling good for a long time. I just been trusting the training staff, and when they want to get me going and get me getting reps. So, I've been feeling good for a little minute now.
With you and Amari, what can you guys do as a pair to really make this offense go?
The first thing we could do is get open. So that's the biggest thing as a receiver that you need to do. So I feel like that's what we're good at, and that's what we best at is running routes and getting open.
Jerry, I know there's a lot of South Florida wide receivers in the NFL, but I don't know if there's a team with the top three guys, you, Amari, and Elijah, all been from South Florida. So what's that like?
That's crazy. All of us being in the same area, that's the first time for me having three guys in the room that's all from South Florida. So, that shows you what South Florida's about. So having those guys around, is always good to learn from them because we all got the similar skill set. So we all could just learn from each other.
And I know you guys kind of came up in different kind of time periods, so to speak. But like, what was the relationship like, and how have you been able to kind of push that relationship further since we got continuous?
Nah, I knew me and E played for the same 7-on-17, so me and E been close for a little while. And I've been watching Coop since I was in high school when he was in Bama. So we always had a great relationship, and we knew each other for a while now. So when I got here, it was just smooth.
Jerry, you haven't had a lot of time with Watson yet in the team practice. Can you catch up? Do you need to catch up to that?
Nah,
and all that?
I got a lot of mental reps when I wasn't practicing, so I got the mental reps. I feel like was extremely important and extremely helpful. So when I get out there, I'm gonna be right where I left off at.
And what exactly was the injury that kept you out for that?
Shit, nothing major, man. I'm good out here now. We don't gotta even talk about all that. I'm good. I'm out here now, so we good.
Jerry, when we talked to you, early, now you've had some time to be in the new offense, right? Ken Dorsey's influence.
Yeah.
What stands out about the scheme to you?
Just all the different routes he got in his offense. We got different routes all over, inside, outside. So that's exciting when you got different routes in the offense. So that's what I'm more excited about.
How do you feel about, we've heard a lot about choice routes, like how do you feel about those so far and getting to implement those, and do you think that's something that...
I've been running choices all my life, so, that's not no surprise. Coming in here, running choice routes is going to be the same thing for real, so, yeah, nothing major.
Do you want to play in the preseason?
Huh?
Do you want to play in the
Listen, if there's football going on, man, I don't matter. I'm playing, so it don't really matter. Preseason, no preseason. If that's what coach want me to do, I'm out there. Yeah.
The salaries just keep going up and up and up. What do you think about how the market is going?
It's just motivation, it's always great to see those guys get what they deserve, so, I look at it as motivation, and hopefully I get to reach that goal to be one of the top highest paid for real.
You talked about mental reps. Can you expand a little bit more what you're doing specifically for you when you do mental reps?
Mental reps is like, if I'm not out there, just go behind the position group or the route that I was supposed to be running and just visualize myself running those routes and going through all the motions and stuff like that, and just watch what if I was out there, what I'm supposed to be doing, just watch from back, basically.
Is there a dimension of your game that you hope to show here in Cleveland that maybe you didn't have an opportunity to show when you were in Denver?
Yeah, just making plays, you feel me, consistently. I feel like that's the biggest thing. Coming to Cleveland, that's the biggest thing I want to show, is just being able to show, like, that I am a playmaker, that I could consistently make plays, for real.
Jerry, does the bigger paycheck bring bigger pressure to perform, to take your game to another level?
No, not really. No matter the paycheck, I'm still always hard on myself and I always want to perform at my best. So the paycheck doesn't really matter. It's all about me. And then I want to be great, so I got to perform well to do that. So, yeah.
Jerry, you come from quite a receiver class. The 2020 class, obviously, is so great.
Yeah.
Where do you feel like you stack up with that class? Do you feel like you still have an opportunity to show that you're the best in your class? And also, where do you feel like you stack up with some of these guys that are now
So, I only compare myself. The only person that I compare myself is me. I'm the one that's going through going through what I'm going through. So, you know, everybody's situation. You know, so, and that's what I'm fun to come here and show y'all and to do. So I'm excited about that and excited to see what this season holds.
One of the first things you asked Coop when you got here, what did you want to know about the Browns and the situation?
To be honest, I ain't really asking too much. You know, I just been observing everything, watching. You know, I ain't really asking too much questions. I already asked him all the questions I need to ask him before I even was in Cleveland. So yeah, I'm good now.
How nice was it to see Deshaun able to throw for those 6 straight practices to start the time at the Greenbrier? And what stood out to you?
It's nice how accurate he is. You know, Deshaun threw a nice ball. So seeing him out there, you know, I've been watching Deshaun since he was in college. You know, he always threw a nice ball. And now seeing it in person is even more tremendous. So, you know, I'm excited to see what we do this year.
You think his arm and shoulders 100% back from what you can see?
Well, it looked good to me, what I've been seeing. So he looked good. So he good.
Is that something, are you eager to get that out there since it's a milestone that receivers always want to have? You've been so close. Is that something that you're really aiming for this season? Right?
Yeah, as a receiver, you know, you always want to get 1,000 yards every year. That's just you know, that's the goal as a receiver, you know. But my biggest thing is just being better than I was last year and doing whatever I need to do to help this team win and get to the Super Bowl.
And can you see that the conditions here are right for you to really maximize your potential with Deshaun and the other receivers that you have around you and this offensive line?
Yeah, most definitely. Just starting with the receiver core, you know, having those group of guys around me will open a lot of things up, and having Deshaun Watson, a great quarterback, he is being able to give him the ball on time and in the right spot, and having Ken Dorsey calling the plays. You know, he ran a great offense when he was at the Bills. You know, so bringing him here just going to help me a lot.
A couple more. You played with Patrick Surtain.
Yeah.
Considered one of the best quarterbacks in the league. How do you think these guys compare to him?
You know, I ain't been practicing, so I ain't really know how it go. But watching tape on them and going against them last year, you know, they're great talent, very smart. They're going to be fun going against them during this camp.
In Denver, you might have not reached the peak of your potential. Why do you think it can change here in Cleveland?
You know, new scenery, just a new vibe, new atmosphere, new coaches, and the energy different, you know, and we'll see how it goes for real. I can't really speak on that.
Sorry. This will be your first time practicing in front of Browns fans.
Yeah.
What's kind of the interaction been like since you were traded here? On social media or around town or whatever?
It's been good, you know. It's been good energy, you know. It's been all love, you know, and I'm enjoying it for sure.
Last one from Murray Gate.
Jeudy, there are some reports out there that maybe the Browns could possibly be interested in Brandon Ayuk. What would you think if you guys add him to this receiving class?
It's just making the receiver core a lot more better. You know, Brandon Ayuk a great player, and you know, and help us win more.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
What's up? Good. Ready? No questions?
Opening statement. What's your vibe coming in back for the second year now?
Feel like, man, we got unfinished work to do here. Jim Schwartz, second year D coordinator, man. So I get a chance for myself to basically get comfortable in this defense. And just the team period as a whole, man, we can really go to the Super Bowl if we really work hard and put our minds to it this year, because we was that close last year. So I feel like we got some unfinished business, man.
A year ago, you talked a lot about winning the division because you've been used to that.
For sure.
Now that you've been through a division season with Cleveland, is it feasible to catch Baltimore and the others?
Yeah, I say so. You know, like I said, we just got to keep working, man, and just take it one game at a time. You know, that is our first goal, to try to win the division and then, you know, go on to the playoffs and try to get the Super Bowl. But, yeah, that's the number one goal right now, is to win the division. Yes, sir.
Jim Schwartz likes using the baseball.
Oh, my fault. Yeah, go ahead.
Jim likes to use the baseball analogies. You know, last year he talked about you guys were throwing fastballs this year.
For sure.
Kind of the off-speed stuff coming in with year two.
Yes, sir.
Just now that you've gone through the off-season program, the first part of camp here with him, sprinkling in some of those concepts, just, how excited are you as far as the potential for you and the guys up front really to get to another level this year?
Very excited because Jim Schwartz is one of the guys just want to cut us loose, man, and just go. Rick Harvard in the backfield, rushing covers work together, so everybody do their job as one, and we could be very dominant this year, man, for sure.
So you're just thinking to the early practices so far. I mean, you guys have had some guys in and out, some guys still ramping.
Yeah.
What's been important these first 8 or so days so far while you're not at full strength as a D-line?
Well, just coming back from West Virginia, being in Greenbrier, it's a place for us, I say, team camaraderie at first, to build them relationships. We got a lot of new guys, man, and that was something Coach was talking about, how it looked like it's 14 guys on the field. So just to have that energy and that swag about ourselves and just to be that defense as a whole, number one defense, we just got to keep it up and just keep working each and every day to get better, keep chopping the wood, for sure.
You guys are marked. Do you feel like you guys are a marked defense? Not everybody around the league knows how good you are. So what does that add to this situation?
The doubters, man. We still got a lot to prove. Like I said, we're just going to take it one day at a time. And Coach Jim Shore is doing a great job with us, moving us around, man, and putting us in a position to win. So with his play calling, man, we're going to try to be one of the best this year.
What stands out about Mike Hall just from the Greenbrier after
Yeah.
seeing him go through those workouts in training camp?
Oh, man, he's different, man. He reminds me of Aaron Donald a little bit. Hopefully he don't see this and try to get a big hit. But, nah, man, younger guy, man, wants to learn, man, and just asks a lot of questions. If you could see it, if you did see, when we was there doing 101s, man, he was winning each and every rep. So to have a young guy like that, man, that just want to continue to get better and better each and every day is big for our D-line, man, and happy to have him. Yeah, for sure.
You talked last year about getting back to the hand in the dirt.
Yeah.
Now the second year.
For sure.
How's that transition been for you? What's it been like to get back playing with the hand in the dirt?
It haven't been hard because I was a guy that played in the 3-4 system, so I basically had to read a lot of different things. Backfield sets. If I'm dropping, I got to know, the wide receivers and what they're doing. But like I said, Jim Shorts, man, he do a great job of just cutting us loose. He's putting us in a position to just go. I haven't been able to do that for a long time, man. So to be able to come back and do that, like I said, I did it in college. And now I'm just getting in a routine of it. Basically, it's my second year, like we said, for me to get comfortable in the system and basically put my hand back in the dirt again, for sure.
See, going back to adding Mike Hall, there's been an emphasis on interior pressure. How does that help you on the outside?
Big time. But, for me, I myself, man, I'm on the edge and on the inside. And basically being with him, man, hopefully it's a package that Jim Source puts in for us to where it's all of us in at the same time. But for him, I would say, young guy, man, just want to learn. He just want to be great. He's from here, he born and raised in Cleveland, so for him to be a Brown is big too. So I think last week he told me, man, I got a lot of doubters, man, and I'm going to prove a lot of them guys wrong. So that was big to hear that from him as a young guy, knowing that he haven't. I don't. I don't. Either or. I feel like you get more double teams in the inside as far as in like the sliding from the center. And on the outside, I get a lot of chips too. So I would say for me, inside, man, because I can widen out a little bit and have the guard to where I can control the situation at a time during the rush.
You mentioned
for sure.
The energy that you felt while you was at the Greenbrier. It looked like you had a bunch. I don't know which practice it was, but is that something that just comes natural, or do you kind of show up going, hey, I got to bring the energy?
Oh, no, it's just natural. I think our last day there, I don't know what was wrong with me, but I was like, I'm not a coffee person, but I'm a morning person. A lot of people need coffee in the morning to get going. I'm one of them guys that just wake up with no alarm clock ready to go. So that's just me, man. That's my energy, and it's just who I am. I think I was just talking to the lady in the cafeteria. She was talking about that, too, of how I come in every morning with the energy, and it helps her sometimes. So it's big, man, and it's just all natural for me. Yes, sir.
Z, thinking back to last year, I remember about halfway through the season, like your pressure numbers were great, the sacks weren't what you wanted them to be. You talked about feeling like you needed to maybe get an extra step in on some of the close calls. how confident are you this year that you can push for that double-digit sack number again, like you did the 3 years prior?
This was something that I was talking to Miles about. Last year, I missed a lot of sacks. I don't know if you guys watched it, but I had a lot of opportunity to make sacks, and I didn't take that extra step. But this year, for sure, I'm working on that to get better. I for sure want double-digit sacks, but, you know, it's a team sport, man. So I just want the whole D-line and the whole defense and the whole team to be great. So it's not all about me, but hopefully we can get double-digit sacks this year. That'll be big.
Do you think there's
Might be back upstairs next year.
Jack talked about this, but do you think there's multiple guys besides yourself, besides Miles, who could push for that double-digit sack mark on this?
For sure. I would say guys that's coming along. Alex Wright, man, he's doing a great job, getting better each and every day. I don't know if y'all saw it last week also, but he's staying after practice and doing extra things. So I can see him hit that too with the double-digit sacks. And I would say Obo, and I like Q. The new addition to the D-line, man, he's doing a great job too. And I watched him last year to where I think he had 8 sacks last year. So it's going to be big for everybody, man. Hopefully everybody could get double-digit sacks on the D-line. That would be great.
It seems like Miles really, every time we talk to Miles, he talks about making sure that all the dogs eat.
Right.
Yeah. He wants to
for sure
help that happen. We see him working with guys after practice. And he doesn't want it just, even though he's NFL defensive player of the year,
yes, ma'am.
He wants to spread the wealth out.
For sure.
What does that mean to you?
It means a lot, knowing that Miles is going to take a lot of double teams, but that's going to free somebody up because up front you got 4 guys rushing in. If we all could rush as one, man, we could be great. It don't matter who gets the sack, just as long as we make the play and get off the field during that time, for sure.
That was a big priority to upgrade the interior, two new rookies and Q you mentioned. Do you see the impact so far, or is it too early to tell?
I would say it's not too early, but the people upstairs know what they're doing. They putting together a great front and a great D-line to where, like I said, we got to finish what we started from last year, and hopefully we could do that with this football team and this D-line.
Miles is coming out the SEC first defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
Do you see even more out there for him? You know, what he can do for an encore?
Yeah, for sure. Miles, man, come on, we all know what type of guy Miles is, man. I think he was born in the lab, but he's different, man. But I would say he's a guy that's doing more leadership now. I'm seeing him talk more in meetings and helping the younger guys, and like you said, staying after practice and helping those guys as well. So that's big for Miles, and that's big to see a guy going into year 8? Year 8 for him, man, to really show that leadership after you said winning the Defensive Player of the Year.
How would you describe your leadership style?
Mine? Just energy, man. Come to work every day. You know, a lot of guys going into year 10, they want to take vet days. They don't want to practice. I'm a guy that's just going to continue to come to work each and every day and try to get better myself because, like I said, I'm still young in this game. Started playing football my senior year of high school, so I feel like I'm still young and I still got a lot of growing to do. So for me to just come out to work each and every day and young guys watching me, like guys like Alex Wright and Obo, seeing it hopefully when they get in year 10 and they'll do the same thing.
Why did you wait until your senior year in high school to play football?
Because I thought I was going to be a basketball player, but I could see everybody can't make it to the NBA. I played AAU basketball for the first time going into my senior year, and I got a chance to travel the world and play basketball, and I found out then that it wasn't for me. No rebounds, block shots. I was like, yeah, I got to try to figure out something else. So that's what made me go play football.
They didn't invite
Yes,
you
sir.
to the Olympic team this year, then?
Nah, they didn't. I wish I could have won. I could have been on the 3-on-3. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I watched those guys play, man. Yeah. Right.
So there's been a lot of guys in the secondary especially that are coming back from injury and hoping to put a full year together and really show what they can do on this team. For you, when you see them out there working with your group, what does that mean?
Coach always talk about it's the rushing coverage, and we finish the sentence, work together. So just to have that motto and that mindset, man, we all play as one. The guys on the back end do their job. We make plays. And job up front, they make plays. So it worked hand in hand, man. If we can continue to keep doing that, like I said, we could be back to being that #1 defense and hopefully get us a Super Bowl.
You guys are facing a lot of prolific quarterbacks this year.
Yeah.
How much stock do you guys put in that? How much do you guys pay attention to that? I know there were some injuries last year. You didn't face
All the quarterbacks, yeah.
much stock do you guys really put into those things?
I would say that's a Jim Schwartz question. That's a Jim Schwartz question. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Yeah, for sure. I don't want to put nothing out there.
Pretty good.
Everybody good? Hey, appreciate it. Thank y'all. Yeah.
Oh, that was mine.
Somebody lost the battery.
I think the battery got working.
Who's this guy?
Thanks for whoever's responsible for that. I mean, if it's sitting on top, you don't